Case is Dexter Austin Apartments
So what that means that
is versus Bithia
You
Nara
got
Velasquez
$10,000,
and
bitch.
Arturo Rodriguez. Who's here on behalf of Dexter?
I'm here, Your Honor. Yasmin, the Dexter.
Yes, okay. And is Bithia Velasquez or Arturo Rodriguez here?
They did not check in during check-in time, but Ms. Velasquez did say that they were planning on being here,
Well,
or they're trying to log on.
They're trying to log on?
Yes, but that was almost an hour ago. If
Okay.
Mr. Rodriguez, so if that's you on the phone.
Welcome back to another jaw-dropping day in the courtroom. Today's docket is packed with chaos, contradictions, and enough drama to rival a Netflix series. First up, we've got a Texas case featuring what I can only describe as a drunk Karen meltdown. One that starts with technical difficulties and spirals into pure courtroom chaos. And if you think that's wild, just wait, because right after, we're heading to Michigan, where a truly dangerous defendant tries to flip the script and play the victim card. But here's the catch. The judge isn't buying a single word of his excuses. Instead, we'll see one of the most brutal judicial takedowns in recent memory. Pay close attention, because these hearings reveal two extremes. One defendant who can't even manage to unmute herself without spiraling into insults, and another who weaponizes fear and threats in a desperate attempt to dodge accountability. Which one do you think is more reckless, the drunk Karen or the man threatening mass violence against a courthouse? Stick around, because I promise you, this one is going to keep you hooked until the very last gavel drop.
Adame and Melissa Baker. Is that you, Miss Yasmin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you were previously sworn. The rent is $10.13, is that right?
Correct.
And you just want July prorated at $9.80, is that correct?
Yes and no. Their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month of July.
Okay.
They're still current. Hold on. I'm sorry, somebody's here screaming. Oh, I think Bithia's here. Hold on. She's Bithia. Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're on court right now. Give me 1 second.
No, you are she already dismissed my case.
She did not dismiss your case. The reason.
Okay, sí, que yo te voy a esperar una pinche hora.
Okay.
Una pinche hora.
Give me a second.
Don't be fucking like that.
I was not. You were not on the phone.
I was on the fucking phone. Do you need fucking?
Okay. You have to give.
Aquí.
Okay. Do you want to go and log in? Because you're literally online.
I can't fucking log in.
Okay.
I can't log in.
Bithia, you have to call. You have
Yo
to.
llamé una mira, aquí te voy a enseñar. Las llamadas.
Tell her to go try the phone number again, Miss.
Una pinche hora.
Do you hear the judge? Bithia, do you hear the judge? She's telling for you to log in.
Velasquez.
I can't.
Miss Velasquez.
Now let's pause here, because this is where things start to get messy. The judge, trying to maintain order, gives the defendant every opportunity to join the Zoom call and present her side. But instead of a respectful attempt, we're about to see a meltdown play out in real time, one that blends technical frustration with raw hostility. What makes this so unusual is that the plaintiff and defendant end up in the same physical space during a Zoom hearing, which is never a good recipe. Think about it. You're already in a heated eviction battle, and now you're face to face while the judge is watching remotely. What could possibly go wrong? Well, you're about to find out.
Una pinche hora. Wait, mira.
Look, listen.
Mira, 54 minutes. Right here.
Miss Velasquez.
54 minutes. I was waiting.
I understand. We tried to message you.
I can't log in. They didn't give me the passcode. They gave me the fucking.
There's no passcode. You just need the. Can you try again, and we'll let you in right away.
Don't dismiss.
The what? You're on live, by the way.
I know I'm on live.
Ms.
And I've been
Velasquez,
54 minutes
She
on this
told,
fucking case. 54 minutes.
I
Almost an
know.
hour.
Can you
Really?
try? Can you call again and we'll let you right in? Okay?
They didn't give me the password. They gave me the passcode.
there's no
They didn't
password.
know.
Look.
Vergas. ¿Cómo que no?
Look, just dial right here. Look, dial this number.
Tell her to dial the number and we'll let her in.
There's no reason.
There's no
Mamacita, mira,
reason.
mira, mi amor.
I
Mira,
understand.
55 minutes. That was it.
That's how you
55 minutes. Like, really, look. Program. Que no me encabrone. Que no me encabrone.
I'm sorry.
Yo me calmé.
Hold on,
We have 3 more cases, right, Miss Yasmin?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Your Honor. It's just that I have her in the office and I cannot hear you. I'm sorry. We were
Okay.
going based on John Adame's case
No,
and
go back to
then,
Velasquez.
hold
Right.
on. John Adame, actually, their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month.
So
They
that
have not,
would be $784?
correct,
Okay.
which is their prorated amount plus this amount for the remaining of the month. They have not yet also paid the rents previous, sorry, Your Honor. They have not paid a little bit of their June rent as well, so I'm trying to grant possession of
No.
it.
Que go back to my case, and I'll explain to the judge. Porque a mí ni siquiera me dieron el pinche paso.
Yes, I want to get possession of this unit of John Adame and
Mira,
Melissa.
Marisa, mira.
Okay, is there any left owing in June?
For the month of June, it's $213, Your Honor.
Okay. So it's 997 is
Correct.
what, okay.
Yes,
And the appeal bond is 2026.
correct.
Okay. So we've got Dexter versus Jonathan Rodriguez.
Yes, for Jonathan Rodriguez, he has not paid for the month of July, which is this month.
Right.
Lease
I just heard her and her.
lease contract expired July the 3rd of this month of this year.
Okay.
Their rent is $1,335, so I'm asking for $1,335 along with late fees and judge
I can just give you the background.
correct. Yes. Okay, so I need you to just have a seat and we're gonna go ahead and call
Okay,
it.
well, cuando yo estaba hablando, when I was talking, I was like, hello, can you hear me? I was almost an hour. Aquí está, in the record. Almost an hour.
Yeah, you wanna take?
You want to have a seat and then she can go ahead and give you a call? You can go ahead and.
No.
I think she was the phone number, and I called out to push *6 to unmute.
Did you hear she said? I'm sorry, say that again?
If you're calling in through the phone number, you push *6 to unmute, and I repeated that a few times before we started the case.
You heard that, Vidya?
I heard that. I didn't hear that before. My fault.
This is courtroom chaos in its purest form. Instead of calmly following the judge's repeated instructions, the defendant insists that the court didn't give her the passcode, despite the fact that the system doesn't even require one. Notice how the frustration escalates. Instead of owning the mistake, she lashes out with foul language, blaming everyone else for her inability to log in. This is a textbook example of how not to behave in court. Judges value respect, patience, and clarity. The moment you cross into shouting matches and finger-pointing, your credibility evaporates. And trust me, once credibility is gone, the case outcome is usually sealed.
Mr. For more, I have misdemeanor files 241722, 241589, 241136, and then we have a felony file. This is 241796 FY appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Janto on behalf of Mr. Moore. As to the state cases, we've waived formal reading, asked for warrants to be recalled. As to the city case, that's set for pre-trial on the 5th, and request would waive formal reading and stand mute.
Okay, so as to 241796FY, the felony case. This is the charge of home invasion, third, and domestic violence. Mr. Moore, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and you have a right to have that attorney present during any future questioning and any future court hearings. In the event you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. You have 2 court dates within the next 21 days. Your first court date is your probable cause conference, which you can appear at via Zoom, and that is set for August 26th of 2024. Following that, on September 9th of 2024, you will have your preliminary examination. At that examination, the prosecutor will have to show that a crime was committed and probable cause exists to charge you with that crime. With respect to the remaining 3 cases, we have a State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 1136. State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 241589, and then we have a City of Taylor case 241722, and that's the B&E. As to all of those, the warrants have been set aside. They'll be set for pre-trials.
Judge, I would note that Moynihan is on. I would just ask that the 2 misdemeanor state cases be set for the 26th as well.
The misdemeanor state case be set for is the 26th, so that's a Monday?
That's the same day you set for the PCC.
Oh, okay, so we'll just have them all?
The same party.
All right.
Then the state, or the city case, I think is September 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a date of September 5th on that one. And then Ms. Moynihan, all 3 of the felony matters, then when we come in for the arraignment, or I'm sorry, the probable cause conference on August 26th, we'll just have those 2 misdemeanor files follow the felony. Now, as to bond. Ms. Moynihan, is there anything you have to say as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Tina Moynihan on behalf of the people, P84-692. Judge, we were in court on Monday. I was there as the prosecutor covering the docket for Ms. Sobe and Ms. Davidova, and Mr. Moore was supposed to appear for an arraignment. He did appear by Zoom momentarily and then disappeared. He would not speak with Mr. Gizicki. With my understanding, Mr. Gizicki attempted to have conversations to proceed with the arraignment, and then Mr. Moore decided to log off before the case was ever called. My understanding, he then contacted the courthouse and spoke to a clerk downstairs and made threats to the court that if he came up to the courthouse that something was going to happen.
And there it is, the moment that seals the deal. The judge makes it crystal clear that the defendant was given the instructions, but her chaotic behavior drowned out reason. At this point, the eviction becomes inevitable. But what's striking here is the contrast. While the plaintiff remains composed, the defendant spirals further into excuses and aggression. It's a reminder that in court, composure is often just as important as evidence. You can almost feel the judge's patience wearing thin, and once that happens, defendants rarely recover. So here's a question for you. Do you think this eviction was avoidable, or was the outcome set the second she opened her mouth?
Standing and speaking with the complainant who appeared by Zoom that there was an incident from the night prior, which would have been Sunday night. In that incident, Judge, there has been a warrant requested. I am in the process of reviewing that this morning. The allegations there are that the defendant broke into the complainant's home again overnight, forced his way into the home. He then adjusted cameras throughout the home that the complainant had so that he could not be observed. He's seen wearing all black, a hoodie, as well as a mask covering a portion of his face. He then enters the complainant's bedroom. He pulls a gun from his pocket and then shows that to the complainant, claiming that her fingerprints were on that gun and putting her in fear of an altercation ensuing. Further from that, he's then seen leaving the location by the complainant and heading out in an unknown direction. My understanding is that he's been staying across the street at the home across the street from her residence, and I believe that that is also going to be considered a violation of his bond that's been issued, that he's had no contact with the complainant, that he's not returned that residence, and then there's allegations of new criminal activity. In addition, Judge, to his failure to stay in court until the case was called on Monday, I do believe that Mr. Moore is a danger to the complainant as well as to the public as a whole. He shows a wholesome inability to comply with the court's orders. I would be asking for a $250,000 cash surety bond, no 10%, with a GPS tether and house arrest if he were to be released. And I would ask that there be a 2-mile radius from the complainant's residence so that he's not to.
Now let's shift gears, because this next case out of Michigan is a whole different level of danger. We're not just talking about late rent or technical mishaps. We're dealing with the defendant accused of home invasion, domestic violence, and making threats directly to the courthouse staff. Think about that for a second. This isn't someone who just bent the rules. This is someone accused of weaponizing fear against both his victim and the justice system itself. And as the prosecutor lays out her case, you'll notice she doesn't just talk about missed hearings. She brings in new allegations of stalking, breaking bond conditions, and even using a firearm. This is where courtroom drama turns into real public safety concern.
Well, I guess we have allegations that I don't know that the court should take into consideration relative bond as these cases stand. However, I would note that Mr. Moore does have some serious medical issues, at least if we could mark the files medical so that Wayne County votes. He is on SSI.
Okay. I don't think there's, the things I'm to take into consideration is whether or not he's a danger to the community. He's a lengthy criminal history. His behavior in this court has been absolutely egregious. Since these cases have started, he has assaultive criminal convictions. He clearly does not have any issue ignoring court orders. He is certainly a danger to Miss Butcher as well as the community at large. He's certainly a flight risk. He was already in immediate warrant status on one of the domestic violence charges on August 5th when he failed to appear for court. We've had a separate case where he had an immediate bench warrant on 2 different dates, both June 13 and August 5th, for failing to appear at court. He's now got pending against 1 complaining witness, 2 domestic violence cases, 3 domestic violence cases, a B&E and a home invasion. There's an allegation that a firearm was used in one of those instances. There was a police report filed. Detectives had to come over to the court Monday after there were allegations that Mr. Moore called the court, was extremely volatile with court staff. And Ms. Moynihan, the language was that he was going to come up